What is up, guys? It's Swammer here, back again with some more Master League action. Gonna be sticking with this team of Dialga, Groudon, and Mewtwo. I was playing with it on my wife's account before, but now these are on my own account, so some really tense battles, some really close battles, and some good plays and bad plays. Um, but man, oh man, Master League is sweaty. It's just so tense, with so many moves that are dealing just absolutely devastating damage. I find these matches so much more tense than Great League or Ultra League. So I don't know if I can do much more than about 2 sets a day, just because it's so tense, man. But let's go ahead and get right into the battles. So, um, feeling a little better about this team now. Now that I've used it a little bit, I am thinking that I mostly have the hang of it. Um, Getting into this first matchup here, this opponent was a rank 10 back in Season 1, and it's a Melmetal on the lead. So this isn't great for us. We're going to swap into Mewtwo straight away, and they're getting off a charge move. I'm not going to shield here. And then I'm going to build up to the Focus Blast and go straight for the Focus Blast. I'm pretty sure that this is actually a mistake. I think it's better to bait once with Psy Strike, because I think I still beat him to the second, to the Focus Blast. But I am going to be able to get off this Psy Strike, which will deal some nice chip damage against this Dialga. But we're in tough, because we need Groudon to beat both of these Pokemon, and there's no way that we're going to be able to get Groudon against that Melmetal if we bring him in now. So we have to come in with Dialga. Going to go ahead and shield. It could have been Draco, but it's actually a Thunder. So this is good for me, because it means I don't have to shield anything else from this Dialga. We're able to farm down. Going to go straight for Draco against this Melmetal, and then swap out into the Groudon. And we've just got to hope that Groudon can handle whatever they have in the back as well. But it's a Dragonite, and Dragonite is just about as solid of a Groudon wall as you can get. Double resists the Earthquakes, resists the Fire Punch, so you have to go for Groudon's worst move in Fire Punch, but you're still only dealing resisted damage. So definitely not a great situation for me. Not going to shield my Groudon, because if I have a hope at winning this match, it is with the Dialga. So going to go for another Fire Punch here. With a bit of luck, we'll be able to get to one more Fire Punch, and maybe that will threaten a shield. We do get to a Fire Punch. Either way, we're going to swap out into Dialga here. We swap out, but they're able to get off a charge move. I think if they hadn't have shielded there, we might have been able to take them out before they got off the charge moves, just because they would have been so low. But they did shield for that reason, I think, and then they're able to come in and double Dragon Claw us, and then Melmetal is going to swap in Superpower, and then Groudon is not going to be able to get to a Fire Punch in time. So, pretty close matchup there, but I really didn't have an answer for that Dragonite in the back, so that was going to be something that I just couldn't handle. I needed to win Switch there with Mewtwo. If I'd won Switch, that would have been a really easy match, but I didn't win Switch, so there was very little hope for me. Alright, this second matchup, we get a Snorlax on the lead. So Snorlax is just fine. The Lick damage does add up, but the Dragon Breath damage adds up much faster. We're going to go ahead and go straight for the Draco and then swap into Mewtwo. This is right around the time when they would be getting to a Body Slam and a Superpower, or back-to-back Body Slams. So we go ahead and swap, and we're actually lucky enough to catch a Superpower on the Mewtwo, so that's quite good for us. They bring in Metagross, which is a pretty tough matchup for Mewtwo. We are going to go for Focus Blast, and it deals a ton of damage. But they're going to be able to take us out here with the Meteor Mash. We're actually going to come back in with Dialga and farm down. The energy on Dialga, I think, will prove to be potentially more beneficial. And it is a Dialga that comes in, so we're going to go ahead and go straight for the Draco. they're going to be forced to shield, or this will take them out. We do get the shields. We're going to swap out straight into Groudon, and we can just double shield the Groudon here and pretty safely win this match. So they actually swap into Snorlax. We don't need to shield. This is just going to be a body slam. It is a body slam, and then we're going to farm up a little bit of extra energy because the Dragon Breath damage is really going to be what's going to threaten us in this match. So we want to be able to get to that Earthquake sooner. The Dialga does come in. We are able to get to the Earthquake in time. This is going to be taking out the Dialga, and that's going to be a GG. So pretty close match there. Catching the superpower on Snorlax was nice, but it wouldn't have really made any difference whether it was a superpower or a body slam because we just would have we still would have been taken out by the same Meteor Mash that Metagross threw. So good matchup there though. Able to not win Switch, but maintain energy advantages, and that was really important for us. So Groudon the lead is not good for Dialga. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Mewtwo, and they swap straight away into Melmetal. This is a pretty favorable matchup, to be honest, with an energy advantage. So we're going to go ahead and shield. It is a Rock Slide. We're going to build up to back-to-back Psy Strikes and then drop a Psy Strike here, hoping to get a shield. We do get a shield, so that's pretty good for us. We're going to go straight for that Focus Blast. They're able to get to a charge move here just before we get to that Focus Blast. We're not going to shield that Rock Slide. Doesn't deal a ton of damage, but this Focus Blast, if it connects, will be taking out the Melmetal. And we do take out the Melmetal, so that's really good for us. They've got a Mewtwo coming in. We're just going to go straight for Psy Strike. And looks like, fortunately, we do win CMP, so that's nice. We're going to be able to get some good chip damage onto this Mewtwo. They're going to have to drop a Psy Strike here. That's going to take us out, and we're just going to come in now with Dialga and see if we can farm down. They're building up for the Focus Blast, but they weren't able to get it. They definitely had a Psy Strike, but they just were really going for that Focus Blast. So we're going to drop the Draco on this Groudon, then swap into our own Groudon. We're not going to shield because we can shield on our Dialga and guarantee the win here. And I know that an Earthquake isn't enough to take me out. I'm going to be able to get to another Earthquake get to a first Earthquake on my own Groudon. And again, this is just a Fire Punch. It will take me out, but I don't need to shield because Dialga can safely Dragon Breath down. And that is going to be a good GG. All right, so 2 wins of 3 so far. Getting into this next matchup, and we see a Landorus on the lead. So this is an interesting pick, not a good matchup for Dialga, though not terrible. We're going to swap into Mewtwo, and then it looks like my opponent is lagging, so I paused just a little bit there, but they do come back. So we're going to go ahead and go for a Psy Strike. Going to get to another Psy Strike here. And then we're hopefully just going to be able to farm them down. Very unfortunate for my opponent. They lagged. They are able to get to the Earth Power, so we are going to go ahead and shield that up. And then this is likely just a Rock Slide. Even if it was Earth Power, I don't think it would take us out. But it does get us fairly low, so Metagross is coming in. Going to go for the Focus Blast here. And hopefully this Focus Blast will connect. No, it doesn't. We get the shield, though, so that's not too bad. And now we're actually going to come in with our Groudon because they're unshielded, so connecting with an Earthquake will take out this Groudon. So I'm going to go, and they actually swap into the Togekiss. We build up to double Fire Punch. And then we're going to go ahead and bring in our Dialga, and we just need to get to an Iron Head. The Fire Punch was fairly important because one Iron Head is not quite enough to take out Togekiss, but with the Fire Punch damage it will be. And then we've got enough health that they're going to be forced to throw here. We're not going to shield. We're going to save our shield for the Groudon because it does have that Fire Punch ready. They're able to farm us down, which isn't great. But we can come in with Groudon, drop the Fire Punch, and we do win CMP against Metagross, so that's going to be able to take them out. Oh, they actually do get off the charge move, so we have to shield, but that is going to be a GG there. So, very close matchup. Definitely unfortunate for my opponent that they lagged. I think, you know what, they probably would have won that, to be honest, because they likely would have swapped into Metagross right away when I brought in the Mewtwo. And then I would have had a very hard time winning Switch. But, you know, that's one of the unfortunate things about Go Battle League, is that there do seem to be lag problems for some people. So, getting into a fifth matchup here, I think this is where I had some problems finding a match. Yeah, we get an error 6 here. Error 6 occurred. So going ahead and trying to rejoin the queue, and we get another error. So just gonna, you know, catch Pokemon, empty out my bag a little bit. Hopefully that will resolve the error. So, what I am definitely finding that this team is quite fun to use. There's something very satisfying about connecting with a Focus Blast from Mewtwo onto a Dialga or Melmetal and just seeing it evaporate. That is a great feeling when you do manage to get that to connect. And Mewtwo's just a fun Pokemon to use. It is very squishy, though. We do get into another matchup here. We have a Giratina on the lead, so this should be fairly favorable for us, but Giratina is very bulky, so I'm expecting them to be able to put in quite a bit of work against us, because... Oh, and they are best buddied, so I wonder if they hit a damage breakpoint or something as well. But they're actually chipping away pretty effectively with these Dragon Claws, and you know what, I'm looking at this now, and I can see I didn't have my Dialga as my buddy for these matches, so that's definitely not good. They're able to get me fairly low, and then this is a big mistake on my part. I was trying to get to a Draco Meteor on Dialga, but I took way too much damage, and I got too far behind on energy, and as a result, I'm going to have to shield on Groudon against this Heatran. This should be a really, really dominating matchup for me, but I ended up having to burn a shield to stay ahead of this Heatran. So, not good for us. They bring in Dragonite, which is a huge wall to Groudon, so this is really not looking good. I definitely made a mistake there, staying in so long with the Dialga when they swapped into Heatran. Going to be able to swap into Dialga and drop the Iron Head. We are going to get the shield from that, so at least we got that, but would have been nice if Dialga had the health there, because the health would have been able to, he would have been able to put in quite a lot of Dragon Breath damage against this Dragonite. I come in with my Mewtwo. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Psy Strike on this Giratina because the Shadow Claw damage would add up very quickly. We're going to get to another Psy Strike against this Dragonite, but this is just going to get the shield, and we're not going to be able to get to another one before we go down. I'm going to swap into Groudon, hoping to catch a charge move or get to a Fire Punch, but we didn't. They're going to Dragon Claw us here. They probably have back-to-backs. First one we block, they've got another one already, so that's going to be a good game. Really big mistake on my part. Seeing that Heatran come in, I should have gone straight to Groudon. I definitely think that I would have won that matchup quite handily if I had gone to Groudon, because I had great counters for them. You know, I had my Dialga on the Giratina. That's a good matchup. I got Groudon, Dialga onto Giratina. Yep, Groudon onto Heatran. That's another good matchup. And Mewtwo onto Dragonite is a pretty good matchup because the Psy Strike is just doing so much damage. So, definitely something that I can improve on. Having a charge move ready isn't everything. So, going to actually do a second set of battles here. And hopefully we can do a little better in the second set, because that first set was okay. Yeah, we were 3-2, but we did have an opponent disconnect, and we had some misplays there. So with a bit of luck, we'll be able to have another positive set here. We do find a matchup, and it is a Mewtwo on the lead. So this is all right for us. We're going to go ahead and go for the Iron Head, and we get to the Iron Head. This is going to hopefully be getting a shield, or going to be dealing quite a lot of damage. I think this is too early for a Focus Blast, so I'm just going to let it come through. It is a Psystrike. And then we tried to swap into our Mewtwo on a Focus Blast there, but we didn't succeed, so we're going to have to go ahead and shield. And it was just another Psystrike. Again, we tried to swap on the charge move, but we did not succeed. Just a little bit too late. So now we're going to have to double shield and then just farm all the way down. And we'll have to see what they come in with. It is going to be a Groudon, so we're going to go ahead and go straight for the Draco Meteor. This is definitely going to get the shield. We're going to come in with Mewtwo and go straight for Psystrike. This is going to deal a lot of damage to this Groudon. Doesn't take it out, but does get it very low. They're going to be getting off an Earthquake here. But they're actually going to swap now into their own Dialga and able to take us out before we get to that Psystrike. So not great, but it doesn't really matter because either way, this Dialga was going to go down to one Earthquake. They're going to get to an Iron Head, but we're going to be able to get to this Earthquake right away. We overfarmed just a little bit because they did get to a charge move, so I need to make sure that I can get to the Fire Punch first against the Groudon. So we get the Earthquake off, and then we're going to go for the Fire Punch here, and this is going to be enough to take out the Groudon. So that's a good game. So really close matchup there. Unfortunate that I had to double shield the Dialga, but it ended up working out because we were able to get that shield back with the Draco Meteor, and then we had a pretty good matchup against their backline. All right, Melmetal on the lead. This is not a great lead for us, so we're going to swap straight into Mewtwo. And we are going to go ahead and shield this first Rock Slide, hoping that we can get to double Psystrike, but they're actually getting off another charge move here. This is going to deal a fair bit of damage, gets us to about half health. We are going to go for the shield bait here. Very likely that they shield because I did shield myself, yes. And then I'm hoping that I can get to the Focus Blast before they get to another charge move, but I actually can't. So I'm going to be forced to shield here, and at this point, I know that I'm not going to be able to get to a Focus Blast. So I'm going to just go for double Psystrikes here and get as much chip damage as I can, and then come in on Groudon and farm down. Groudon is going to have a really nice time farming down this Melmetal. And with shields down, that Earthquake is going to be really threatening unless they've got a flying type. So they are getting off a charge move here. It will likely be a superpower. It is a superpower. We're going to farm up some more energy. I probably should have thrown there, but they do get off one more superpower. And then I count 3 Thundershocks, 4 Thundershocks, and I've got to throw because another superpower would just be too much damage to take. So we do fire the Fire Punch, and then they come in with Dialga, actually, which is really good for us because we're just going to go straight for an Earthquake. And that's going to one-shot the Dialga, and then Kyogre is coming in, but that's totally fine because we've still got our own full health Dialga in the back. This is way too early to be anything other than Surf, so it's not going to do too much damage. And then we are going to be able to get to the Draco Meteor to take out this Kyogre without too much difficulty. So Kyogre goes down, and we're able to win that matchup. So even though we weren't able to win switch with Mewtwo there, being able to get both shields down from that Melmetal and then come in and farm down with Groudon was really strong. Alright, Kyogre on the lead. So this is quite a favorable matchup. The only thing that we really need to watch out for is the Blizzard. Um, However, they threw after 6 waterfalls here, which is only enough for a Thunder, so there's no need for me to shield this. It is just a Surf. We're going to go ahead and throw an Iron Head, hoping that we might get a shield from them, but not really expecting to. They do let it come through, and we're just going to be able to farm down. This is another Surf, too early to be anything else. It will get us quite low. So in the Zero Shield, this is actually a fairly close matchup, but we're going to be able to get to an Iron Head on whatever is coming in. It is a Dialga, so that's okay for us. So we're going to come in now with our Groudon. This is a fairly favorable matchup, especially with the health lead, because it means that we should be safe just going straight Fire Punch. We are going to shield up this Iron Head, and then build up to almost 100 energy, and then go for back-to-back Fire Punches. If they shield, great. If they don't, great. Gonna go ahead and drop the second one. No sense risking them getting to another charge move. And then they actually have a Groudon in the back. So it was good that I built up some extra energy because it means I'm going to be able to win the race to Earthquake. And this is likely just going to get the shield. We do get a shield, but that's totally fine because Mewtwo in the back on even shields should have no problem winning this matchup. So Groudon goes down to the Earthquake. We're going to go for the Psy Strike. And Psy Strike, we get to basically as fast as they get to Fire Punches. So we connect with the first one. Does quite a lot of damage. They got to their charge move way too fast. It was definitely just a Fire Punch, so no need to shield that. They're Fire Punching again here. So I am going to go ahead and shield just because at this point I can safely farm down and get to 2 Psy Strikes before they could get to an Earthquake again. Good matchup there. Definitely had a favorable lead, but then we were able to sort of keep positive alignment throughout the rest of that set, or throughout the rest of that battle. All right, getting into the fourth matchup here. And it's a Rhyperior on the lead, so this isn't great. We're going to go ahead and swap straight into Mewtwo. And they come in with Dialga. So, again, I think this is a mistake. I think that rather than going straight for Focus Blast, the better play is to build up to the Focus Blast, go for a Psy Strike, and then drop the Focus Blast on the second one, because you can see they do shield that first one. We're going to be able to get to a Psy Strike, but they've got a ton of energy, and we know that with that Rhyperior in the back, we're going to need to save our Groudon. So we have to come in with Dialga. Going to go ahead and shield this, even though I'm quite confident it's Iron Head. It is an Iron Head, but then my opponent is going to drop another charge move very quickly, so this is definitely not Draco. It is just a second Iron Head. And then they actually swap into Rhyperior, so this is really good for us because it means we can get Groudon onto the Rhyperior. So they go ahead and drop a Surf. Because it doesn't get Stab and Surf isn't an amazing move, it doesn't deal a lot of damage, so we don't need to shield. We're going to go for the Earthquake here. It does connect and take out this Rhyperior. And then we'll have to see what they've got in the back. It is a Togekiss, so this is okay for us. We're going to go ahead and go for the Fire Punch. And ideally I'd be able to switch out, but I can't get out in time, so this should be okay. Well, you know what? No, it's not going to be all right because they've still got a shield, so this is going to get the shield, but then we're not going to be able to get to another Iron Head in time. So they're going to swap into Dialga to Dragon Breath us down, but close matchup there. Togekiss in the back just deals too much damage to Groudon and Dialga. At least if you've got Mewtwo for that Togekiss, the Psy Strikes can threaten and you get to them very quickly, but outside of that, it's really tough to deal with. So, Kyogre on the lead, they swap into Dialga. We had quite a bit of lag there as I brought in my Groudon, so they actually beat me to the charge move. And then you guys can see there, my health just evaporated. So they definitely got some extra fast moves in there during the animation. And they're actually able to get to a second charge move before I get to mine. So there's absolutely no way that that should happen. So this is, there's definitely something going on. I mean, it looked like the same bug that was exploited last season, but I'm thinking I just lagged. They come in with Togekiss now, so I'm going to be able to get to a Fire Punch. Um, but this isn't looking great because we had to burn both shields there. So at this point, I'm going to come in with Mewtwo and go straight for Psy Strikes. I want to be able to get to charge moves quickly. They actually come in with Kyogre, and I make a mistake here. I go for Psy Strike one Psycho Cut too early. I should have doubled up and saved a Psy Strike on the Mewtwo for that Togekiss, but I didn't. So I swapped into Dialga, and this is just going to be a Surf here, so no need to worry about it. We're able to farm down and save an Iron Head. And this is going to get the last shield from the Togekiss, but the reason I needed to get one more Psycho Cut in was because now if Togekiss can bank a charge move, I'm in trouble. So fortunately, they throw their energy at me, and I'm going to be able to get to one Psycho Cut, but it's a huge risk for me not to do that extra Psycho Cut because if I do, then I'm guaranteed to have a charge move that will fire against this Togekiss instead of only maybe getting one. So um, it was a mistake. However, fortunately, I was still able to win that matchup. So it was a good game. Definitely had some weird lag there on that Groudon versus Dialga matchup, but able to win. So no harm done. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.